Welcome back to CPLC Empoderate. We're again back here at the Girls Leadership Academy of Arizona. Right now we have Maria Jesus currently out, but I will be taking over for today's very exciting episode with Gisel Hernández, the Wellness Administrator right here at CPLC. Gisel, pues bienvenida, ¿cómo estás?
Thank you. Thank you for inviting me. I'm so happy to be here with you, sharing and talking about myself.
Perfect. So, tell us a little bit about where you come from, your family.
Yes, I was born in Tamaulipas, Mexico. There's my family. I have my mom there, my sister, uncles. So I still, my heart is there. But then when I was 18 years old, I moved to Monterrey to study my career. And I lived there 15 years. And then I moved here to Phoenix, Arizona.
Mm-hmm. And how was that transition, from Monterrey all the way acá para Phoenix, Arizona?
Oh, at the beginning, I think was a little bit difficult. But Monterrey, as Phoenix, is a big city, so was not a big change. But you're always missing your family and the food and everything.
Perfecto. Y dinos, ¿cómo es que llegaste aquí a Chicanos por la Causa?
A Chicanos por la Causa. When I have my second baby, I took 2 years off. So I was a little bit lost on myself because I was just immersed on the motherhood, on my house, on my husband. But at that moment, I realized I want to do a health coach. So I started studying and I realized that I want to do something else. At the end of the course, they told us that what do you want to do? You have to make a resume of what do you want to do next for your career. So I started looking for some roles, and I found CPLC that was a wellness coordinator on that moment. And I told my husband, oh, look what I found, but I'm not sure that I'm ready to work because I have a baby. It was 18 months was a baby. And I remember he looked at me and he said, Gisel, you're ready. Just apply. You don't lose anything. So I was very nervous. I was not sure, but I applied and I'm here now. So I realized that I want to share something and that I want to develop professional. Also being a mom is difficult, but I'm doing both, and that's the important thing.
Perfect. And, you told me that you're just about to turn 2 years here at CPLC. ¿Cómo ha sido, these last 2 years?
Yes. Next week, I turned 2 years. And at the beginning, because I took, I mentioned before, I took 2 years off. So at the beginning, I start from the beginning. Mm-hmm. I learn. I think you have to ask to everyone, to your manager, so you can learn. And good. Just organize myself, organize with the kids, and everything goes on.
And being a mom, how has that kind of influenced your kind of day-to-day, kind of, influenced your work?
Yes, I think it's I always say for them, I'm a role model. So I think it's important to they see that mom and dad works and they're a team and they can do something for the family. So we tell them mom and dad are working and this is good for us and everything. So just talk with them and saying what do you want, what do you like for the family, and they will understand.
Oh, that's very, very amazing. I know that there's a lot of working moms out there, right, that, have to kind of have two lives, right? A mom and then also a working person.
Yes, and if any mothers are watching us, they can be also a mom and a professional, just to organize and follow your dreams if you want. So I think that's very important.
Very, very cool and very inspirational to all those moms. Pues growing in Tamaulipas, how did that kind of maybe influence you to where you are now?
That I born in Tamaulipas? Well, I'm bilingual, so I think having both language help. And also have your roots, where do I come from and where do I want to be now? Now we have the family and we're here, and I'm very grateful for these opportunities.
Very, very exciting. But you talked a little bit about that transition from Tamaulipas to Monterrey in Phoenix. ¿Cuál ha sido la experiencia más padre in all those?
cuando llegamos aquí a Phoenix, pues no tenemos familia ni nadie. Entonces creo que empezar de cero y formar una bonita familia y saber que no tenemos a alguien más, que somos solo nosotros, nos ha hecho unirnos más como pareja y al mismo tiempo apoyarnos para lo que cada uno quiere profesionalmente. Entonces, tanto él me apoya a mí como yo lo apoyo a él y eso es lo que nos ha hecho crecer aquí en Phoenix. Y eso es como mencionaba, que nuestros hijos pueden ver que los dos, papá y mamá, trabajan y están logrando sus sueños.
Perfecto. Y pues hablando pues de eso, sí, logrando los sueños, sé que hablaste poquito de, pues, ¿cómo se dice? A little piece of advice, to those working moms. ¿Qué fuera algo que te gustaría decirte a ti misma hace, no sé, hace unos 4 años cuando apenas tuviste tu bebé?
So cuando tuve mi bebé, pues sí me involucré mucho en la crianza, en la maternidad, y creo que me perdí un poquito porque, bueno, a mí me gusta arreglarme, me gusta la ropa, el fashion, y pues en esos momentos yo estaba como muy dedicada a ellos y pues no iba a ir al parque en tacones o no iba a andar así. Entonces creo que puse a ellos como prioridad, que está bien, pero me descuidé yo misma. Entonces yo pues después me di cuenta de que no me estaba poniendo como prioridad y que me sentía cansada, no dormía bien, no estaba arreglada. Entonces fue cuando yo decidí empezar a estudiar aquí en United States. Me empecé a hacer una certificación de Health Coach and Nutrition y fue cuando empecé a buscar trabajos que pudieran servirme a mí y también al mismo tiempo ayudar a la comunidad latina.
Perfecto. Y pues, obviously, you could have chosen anything to study. Why did you decide health coach?
I'm a nutritionist. I studied the career in Monterrey as a nutritionist. And when some people ask me a lot of questions about how I can help them like reach their goals, or how do they help them like taking care of themselves or making exercise, I realized that I have a lot of this knowledge and I can help people. So that's why I decided to study health and nutrition, so I can be a coach, but in a professional manner, to have some guidance and to follow some steps. And that's why I started studying and have both nutrition as a nutritionist and a coach as a health coach.
Very, very cool. I'm pretty sure your kids eat very well, very healthy, right? I'm pretty sure you really put in those vegetables and everything.
Of course, sometimes they want to eat candies and everything, and it's normal. I think it's normal. Just if you try to do the best at home, or I don't know, I make the lunch. I love to make the lunch and do the best at home. But when we go out, it's normal if they want something else, if want candies, or if we go to parties. Also, they eat junk food or whatever.
Okay, so it's having like a good balance, because
yes.
I feel like as a mom and, being a nutritionist, I'd be like, no, like you can't have any candy, you can't have any sugar.
Yeah, everybody think that. And I am like, no, we have to have a balance. And also because there are kids, I don't want like to frustrate it or just, or do it behind me. So I try to do the best at home, but when we go out, I give the permission to eat whatever they want.
Exactly.
In control.
In control. Not 100 candy ni nada.
But also, I do exercise, so they watch me like I do exercise every day. I take care of myself, so they know like, oh, mom, you always do exercise or whatever. So they see, and I think that's the important thing, because when we're a mother, our kids are watching, and that's the best example that we can give.
Exactly.
Also to the patients. Like I cannot say to someone like, do exercise if I don't do the exercise, or stop drinking soda if I'm not drinking a soda. So I try to be like an example to the others.
Yeah, what is it? You're a preacher of your own words, right? You're doing when you tell others to do, ¿verdad?
Yeah, I try. And at the same, when we go out, sometimes I drink something, or you can watch me with tacos, eat a soda or something. but I try in the daily to eat healthy.
Very, very good. I think that a good moderation is always good. Porque
Moderation.
también, sometimes you want that little sweet treat after
Yeah,
the
for
food.
sure.
Yeah, that's what's also, you have to make sure you put in that salad and stuff.
Exactly.
Exactly. So, transitioning a little bit, more career-wise, in these last few years, what maybe has been like the biggest highlight of your career? Do you like working more with patients, giving out advice?
So for now, I am very enrolled on CPLC, and what we do is I make programs for the community, for the employees, and to live healthier, to have some tools about emotional and physical, because I know we have a lot of stress at work. So I try to have this program and do it bigger and help the employees with this.
Perfect. And, talking about, being an employee and working that 9 to 5, what is something like a little tip that somebody can maybe like implement in their everyday lives, working that typical schedule?
Good question, because I haven't seen this. So I think that we're immersed on the office or online, and sometimes we forgot to take breakfast or we're just with the coffee. So try to stop if you feel so stressed. Try to stop 2-3 minutes, walk around your office or whenever you want. Stretch, maybe 2 or 3 minutes of a stretch. Drink water, because I have seen that most of the people are drinking coffee and not drinking water. What else? Organize. If you're gonna go to the office, organize with your meals. And I always say that the first meal, the breakfast, is the most important. So if you organize since the morning, and the rest of the day will be better, because your levels of glucose and insulin will be normal.
Okay, perfect. And I know a lot of people talk about that intermittent fasting, que like no comes todo el día y después you eat like a nice meal like later in the day. Do you think that would be maybe applicable for somebody that, that works, a typical 9 to 5?
Fasting is very important. It helps with the levels on your body. So yes, I recommend it, but it has to be in a good way. I always recommend that your last food, your last dinner will be early, like at 5-6 p.m. And then the next day you can start at 9-10 in the morning with your next meal. And that will be a fasting, because you're having more than 12 hours without food.
Okay, perfect. Y pues talked a little bit, about fasting and being healthy. What about maybe like exercise and stuff? Do you recommend more people to exercise like in the morning before work or like after work?
Okay, that's a good question. I love exercise, like I told you. And I think the most important thing is that you do exercise. Doesn't matter if it is in the morning or in the afternoon, just organize your day. And what I always say is that the best exercise is the one that you like. So do something that you can follow and you can still doing, even if you're tired or even if you have a lot of work. So doesn't matter the hour. I do it in the morning, because for me works better, but depends on each person. Maybe for someone it's better in the afternoon. Mm-hmm. But yeah, depends on each person, but just do it.
Okay, perfect. Y what's your maybe like favorite little piece of advice to share with other people?
Okay, so that's good. So yeah, take care of yourself. Put yourself like priority, and also your health, because if you are good in your health, if you are good in your levels, you will be better at work, you will be better at home, as a mother, as a parent, or whatever you do as a professional. But you have to take care of yourself in all the ways: physical, emotional, financial. So I think that's the advice.
I think that's pretty good to kind of keep in the back of your head. And obviously, pues, you work with a lot of people, within the CPLC community, también outside. What is maybe like your favorite program that you've kind of created or kind of been part of here?
Yes, we have been created the last year. We have a lot of programs, and we grow the wellness program. So I was so proud of that, because more employees engage on the program. And I think I like it. The diabetes walk. We had a diabetes walk in November. Then we had the heart walk. So we do a lot of walks. We do a lot of webinars, and we help people with like setting goals and everything.
Perfect. That sounds, Very, very fun and stuff. I'm actually pretty new to CPLCs, and I've heard a lot about those wellness programs that, at least in the little department that we work in with PR and marketing, it gets very competitive. So I'm very excited
Yes, because we always have
good
prices. So you can participate and yeah, it's a win-win.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. So whenever that comes around and stuff, I want to see how competitive people can really be. I heard that everybody was going on their little walks and everything every day.
That was good one. The fitness challenge, I think, is one of the biggest that we had the last year. We have 300 participants. And yeah, it was very competitive because they were walking and they were trying to with the weight, to reduce weight. So that was one of the biggest that we had the last year.
Very excited. Y, like, obviously, pues being, wellness administrator, ¿cómo se siente que tanta gente quiso participar en esto?
At the beginning, I was driving crazy because it's a small department and we have to make a lot of shippings. And, CPLC is growing very fast and we have a lot of employees in other states. So I have to check everything. But we do it. We make it happen with the team and organizing.
Very, very cool. Y pues tell me, pues, what is one maybe like wellness trend that you secretly love?
Trend? Like fasting, you say?
Trend, que dicen like fasting,
Fasting. I think fasting is very important. Also, the importance of breakfast, like what you eat in the morning is very important. What else? Exercise. It's not a trending, but it is a must because exercise not just for your weight, but exercise is for your mind to keep you how do you say, like como despierto, como cuidando de ti mismo físico y mentalmente. And what else? I don't satanize, no satanizo ningún alimento. Me gusta que todos coman de todo. O sea, mucha gente le tiene miedo a los carbs o quieren hacer dietas para reducir que son muy intensas. But I try to do it healthier. Like the best healthier you can do it, that's the best way.
Okay, pero por vida es que puedes comer de todo, nomás consiste en moderation, poquito de todo en un sentido.
Exacto.
Okay, very, very cool. Me voy a poner eso en mente. Ahorita que voy a lunches, voy a asegurar,
bueno,
okay.
Y ya depende de cada persona, what is the goal, ¿no? O sea, a lo mejor hay personas que no quieren bajar de peso, que quieren aumentar su masa muscular, o algunas que quieren cuidar sus niveles de glucosa, que son diabéticos o que son personas con hipertensión. Ya depende de cada persona. Pero en general, o sea, entre más agregues alimentos, ver mucho la temporada. Si ahorita hace mucho calor, utilizar alimentos que son frescos, como frutas frescas, como sandía, piña, el pepino, que todas esas tienen vitaminas y minerales y que ahorita nos refrescan para este calor y nos ayudan y nos aportan lo que necesitamos. Y cuando hace frío, pues están las de temporada, que son los cítricos, que como todos sabemos nos ayudan a las defensas para no enfermarnos, y también pues está el sweet potato, la calabaza, que todos esos nos mantienen como calientitos, nos dan energía o más como sopitas. O sea, checar mucho lo que la temporada nos dice y lo que nuestro cuerpo nos pide.
Ok, perfecto. Ahorita nomás iba a preguntar de eso porque dije, ahorita obviamente vivimos en Phoenix y hace muchísimo calor. Pero dije, ahorita, no sé, en 2-3 veces deseo que bajé como a los 70s, cuando la gente se empieza a enfermar, el resfriado viene, que es algo que puede alguien comer, tomar para asegurarse que sus defensas no bajen demasiado.
Bueno, pues obviamente tener una alimentación balanceada y cambian las frutas, que como te decía, cambian las frutas de temporada a otoño, fall, otoño-invierno, y empiezan a salir ya verduras como la calabaza, el pumpkin, el sweet potato, que son un poquito más dulces, pero que son muy fuertes con sus minerales y vitaminas. Y bueno, pues también no olvidar que nos podemos vacunar, que ya viene el flu shot, que la temporada empieza en septiembre. De hecho, en Chicanos vamos a tener los flu shots y los biometrics en septiembre, que es la temporada. Y pues sí, cuidarnos y prepararnos para lo que es el invierno.
Ok, pues muy bueno para saber. A mí me encanta el sweet potato fry, sweet potato casserole, sweet potato casi todo. Es
Bueno,
para
pero
saber.
que no sea frito.
Ok, no, me voy a poner, pero tú dijiste, un poquito de todo.
Poquito de todo. Y entre más colores tengamos en el plato y más variedad es mejor. Entonces, si combinamos los greens con algo de, por ejemplo, el sweet potato y con algo de proteína, pues ya tenemos un plato completo.
Perfecto. Ahorita le voy a decir a mi mamá, porque mi mamá me llama todo el tiempo y me dice, Valeria, no comas esta, Valeria, no comas lo otro, Valeria, esto. Y le digo, no, yo hablé y me dijo que está bien, puedo comer lo que sea.
En moderación.
En moderación, poquito a poquito.
Poquito a poquito.
Pues, obviamente, pues, mira, si no fueras, administrator, wellness administrator, que fuera tu carrera ideal, no pienses en el dinero ni nada. ¿Qué es lo que pudieras ahorita estar haciendo?
Oh my God. I think I always been working on the wellness. So I don't know, something related to wellness because I love wellness, but I also love the fashion style. So maybe something about fashion style or something like that.
Oh, wow. Very, very cool. I don't think I've ever thought about wellness and fashion kind of colliding,
And I also like something about exercise, but it's related to wellness. Like maybe...
I could see maybe like a fashion brand, así de workout clothes. Ándale. Y todo eso.
Eso estaría padre. O algo de, o una maestra de cycle or something like that.
Sí. Honestly, props to all those women, porque I see them and I'm like, yo ya no me canso viéndolas. I'm like, I cannot do that.
No, you have to do it. So we're going to have more walks. We're going to have more new programs. So to invite all the employees from CPLC.
Yeah, so I'm very, very excited. And then is there anything that you do outside of the CPLC community, for community members?
Sometimes they call me just to give talks like this and talk about nutrition and talk about wellness. And I do it. Sometimes I go to the radio or to television to talk about, but everything related to wellness.
Very, very excited. Y pues, is there anything else that you would like to share with us antes que terminemos esto?
Pues solo decirles que si ustedes ponen como prioridad servir a los demás, ayudar a las personas y poner lo que es su pasión, todo va a salir adelante. Entonces, siempre buscar el bien y hacer lo que les gusta y todo se va a dar.
Okay, perfecto. Pues así va a ser todo aquí en Chicanas por la Causa. Empodérate. Make sure to tune in.